If you aren't in a relationship, get ready because summer is the time for love, as they tell us. But finding summer love is not as easy as it sounds. Here with her dating tips for the summer, give it up for April Davis from Luma Luxury Matchmaking, everybody. Welcome back, April.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, why is it, now I didn't know this, I would think it would be the opposite. Why is it harder in the summer to find love?
You know, actually in the spring, that's the breakup season. So you have...
Really?
Yeah, in the fall, winter, that's cuffing season, where the handcuffs go on.
Yeah.
And, and then breakup season
I love it. We
in the
call it
spring.
the cuffing season?
Yep, cuffing season.
Yeah.
When people, you know, hunker down with their significant other and get in a relationship so they can cuddle and stay warm all winter. But then spring comes around and people want to get outside. There's just so much going on and a lot of activities, and people are busy and they're out meeting new people. So they want to be single. They don't want to be tied down to someone.
See, now that makes sense like that, because it's like in the winter you don't want to put much effort into anything. Yeah. Okay, so we were loving this in the office today. You have, I think, 3 tips on making it easier in the summer. Number 1, say hi to at least one new person a day.
Absolutely, at least one.
Yeah.
So it could be just smiling, saying hello, asking somebody, hi, how are you doing? That's just a great opener for people, because especially ladies, you need to make it easy for guys in order for them to approach you and to talk to you, because, you know, we can be pretty intimidating and kind of scary.
Yes! Yeah, especially, April, all kidding aside, like I have people sometimes say I'm unapproachable because I have a resting blank face, and
I was thinking that.
I do.
Yeah, I'm glad you're.
When Aaron Schwab has had audience members tell her that during the commercial break when I'm just sitting there, but you're right. Just smile. You got to just
be
April,
open.
you didn't have to agree with that so quickly, but anyway, yeah. Okay, number 2. I love this. Flirt with everyone.
Everyone. So male, female, whatever and whoever. And it's just really, it's having that bubbly, magnetic personality. That's what people like and are attracted to. So if you're outgoing, you're fun, more and more people will feel comfortable with you and want to come up and talk to you.
And April, isn't that also tied into a level of confidence, because confidence is attractive?
Right, absolutely. And if you make other people feel good because you're flirting with them, it could be just saying, oh, you know, you look great today. You know, just, I always say, you know how they always say, don't say anything nice if you can't say anything at all.
Yeah.
Well, I think the opposite is true. If you think something nice, why not tell the person? Even if it's an absolute stranger.
Absolutely.
And so oftentimes I'll get some weird looks because I'll be, like the other day I was walking through the airport and I passed by this lady and she just had stunningly beautiful eyes. And, you know, she's like 70, 67 years old, and I'm not hitting on her or flirting, but in a way, I just told her, I'm like, you are just a stunning woman. I think you should know that, because I was thinking it. So
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
I do that. I use name tags. Like if I'm at Target, I'll be like, hello, Becky, I like your hair. You know what I mean? Or I compliment like our executive producer, Jeff, when he's wearing a good outfit. I'm like, you look very nice today. Yeah. Hasn't happened in a while. But make it, number 3, make it a priority. What do you mean by that?
Well, like anything in life, if finding a relationship is important to you, you have to make it a priority. So you go to college in order to, you know, build up your skills and help you to get a good job. Well, those are, you know, that you're making that a priority. Same thing with your love life. You need to just say yes to every invitation that you get. If it's to go to a party, you might meet somebody there. And also make a goal to have maybe one date a week at least.
Yeah.
You know, and that way you're getting out, you're making sure that you're meeting new people all the time.
I like that. Just don't come from a place of yes, as Bethany would say. Come from a place of yes. Okay, and then also, because it is the summer season, there are a lot of activities that we can do, like activity-based dates.
Right, absolutely. So I think there's a lot of options. One thing that you can do, some people get intimidated because they're like, oh, well, they're better at it than I am. Well, find something that maybe neither of you have ever done.
Yeah.
So it could be going.
Yeah. Maybe don't do rock climbing if you've never been rock climbing. Yeah.
Well, not without a trainer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but, for example, last week my husband and I went and we got dance lessons, and we learned how to. Yeah, it's country western dance lessons, and yeah, it was a great time. Neither of us have ever done it.
Is there a video of that anywhere? That would be fantastic. No.
You don't want to see it. It was ugly. We're going again.
Yeah.
So it will be, you know, it's just doing something different and getting out of your routine. And also, but if there is something that you're both interested in, say it's music, you could go out to a concert at Paisley Park or different, you know, hiking, of course. But I also like the idea of just having a new experience and kind of maybe even playing, kind of make pretend. Because,
Yeah.
So, for example, you could pretend like, oh, you're interested in buying a new house and go look at some open houses together and like see, oh, what do you like, what do you don't like together. Just it can be interesting.
No,
so
I think at first that sounds ridiculous, but I love that.
Yeah,
If you
just
take a
see
Saturday
unique,
yes,
unique date ideas. So
change your identity. Like, hello, we're the Smiths, and you know, yeah. I don't know. Okay, now we're not going anywhere because when we come back with April, we're going to learn the term. I didn't know what this means. Freckling. What does it mean, and why it's now become a thing in the dating world when we come back. Back in a moment, everybody. Freckling. None of us knew what it was in the building. Welcome back, everybody. We're back with April Davis, a professional matchmaker with Luma Luxury Matchmaking. Again, April, we were talking, it was setting in with all of us. You know, we all kind of giggled when he said the open house thing, but the audience, we're liking that more. Producer Ted, I think producer Ted and I are going to go look for a house together. That's right, yeah. Wouldn't that be sweet? Yeah. Okay, yeah. April, let's get to it. What is freckling?
Freckling is romance during the summer. It only lasts as long as people's freckles.
So the freckles go away, and so does the romance.
It's like a summer fling. So they call it freckling because it's a summer fling. As long as the freckles are out, you're in a fling.
Seriously? So that's really a thing. I thought it was just something that was on Grease.
You know?
Yeah, no.
They have a name for every season.
Okay, so how do you turn a freckle into a long-term relationship? You have 3 ideas.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first one I think is just it can be kind of obvious, but just having those deep conversations, taking things from those surface level, superficial type conversations to asking people more in-depth questions. There's this article about 36 questions to make anyone fall in love with you. You can Google it. And it's just an interesting conversation piece because I would ask you a question and then you answer it, you ask me the next question, and it goes deeper and deeper. And then eventually at the end of the conversation, we're supposed to be in love.
Oh, so. Seriously? Maybe Ted and I will do that instead.
There you go. There you go.
Are you pulling it up?
You can do it, Ted.
Oh, Jeff, are you pulling it up? We should do that on a future episode. That's right, we'll do that.
I mean, if you're in a relationship, it's a great way to help pull you closer together.
Yeah. Number 2, find balance.
Yeah, so a lot of times when people get in a relationship, they just throw away everything in their life and they just focus on that person there, totally in that new relationship. And what I think people need to do is make sure you still keep your priorities in check and have that balance in your life. Don't make them your entire life, because the reason why they started liking you to begin with is because of everything that you had going on in your world and because you were attractive.
Oh, I like that. Number 3, keeping that in mind, keeping number 2 in mind, but number 3, making plans for the future.
Yeah, well, if you want the relationship to last, then start talking about the future, make trip plans together, or just talk about things that you want to do and how you see your whole life, and them in it.
And now what happens, here's a situation, you get to the end of the state fair, the freckles are fading, you would like the freckles to continue, but someone else doesn't want the freckles to continue. What do you do?
Well, I think it's always, important for people to be honest, no matter what. Just have those direct conversations, and I think it's also important to stand by what you really want. And if you expect and you want a relationship from someone and they're not capable of doing that for you, then it's time to cut it and move on to someone else. And if you're on the opposite side of things and you're not interested in a long-term committed relationship, but they are, again, it's the same thing. You have to just be open and set their expectations, and I think you should be open about that along the way. Don't lead somebody on.
I was going to say, should you tell right away, or should you wait till the end of the state fair when summer's over to tell them that? I mean, when you know what I mean?
I just think you should always be clear on what your intentions are with people. If you are giving mixed messages and say, oh, I just want a casual relationship, but yet you're spending every day with them, you're introducing them to your family, that's not the same thing, and you're going to end up making people very mad and just hurting feelings and stuff. So it's important to be very clear and then set those boundaries.
Be clear of the level of freckles. You can be clear of the freckling.
My love lasts as long as the freckles.
That's right. Give it up for April, everybody. For more information, head to lumasearch.com. And if you missed the segment, don't worry. We'll post it on our Facebook page a little bit later. And then, of course, on our YouTube channel. Search The Jason Show and hit subscribe.